Welcome students, let's begin with the chapter of the human eye and the colorful world. In the previous chapter of light, you must have studied the various phenomena that light undergoes, such as reflection, refraction and dispersion, etc. Also, you must have studied the image formations by different objects like concave mirror, concave lens, convex lens. All these components, all these lenses, they help in different types of image formation. And you would be surprised to know all these phenomena of reflection, refraction, different type of images by the lens that is formed, that takes place even in the human eye. Our eye has a very important role to play in our life, because it is through eyes that we see the things around us. We see the different objects, then we interpret it differently, then we understand all the things on the basis of a perception from the eyes. And the functioning of the eye is a very complex phenomena. With the help of different components that is inside our eyes, the image formation takes place and we are able to see the objects that are around us. So in this chapter, we will make an attempt to understand the human eye, its different components, and then we'll also study the different phenomena that takes place around us. Let's say around the atmosphere in which we are. Different phenomena of sunset, sunrise, twinkling of stars, scattering of light, all these phenomena are taking place around us. But we'll understand the physics behind it and the different effects that the light is giving. So let's begin with the first topic, human eye. This diagram is a schematic diagram of the human eye, which represents different components. Different components, let's say you have pupil, you have iris, you have cornea, you have crystalline cell, then on this side you have ciliary muscles, retina, optic nerves, vitreous humor. Okay, all these different components, they function together to enable human to see the objects that are lying around us. Okay, so with the help of different components, we see the objects. Now we will study each component separately and its function. Let's begin with the first component. The first component is cornea. Now what is cornea? This is actually a 3D diagram just to enhance your understanding that what cornea is. Can you see this transparent line over here? This transparent line, this transparent component, this is being marked as cornea. Okay, what is cornea? What does it do? Cornea, it is the transparent bulge, right? This transparent bulge that you see, that is cornea. On the front surface of the eyeball and serves as an entry point for the light. This cornea, which is there in front of our eyes, it is transparent, and we know in transparent medium all the light enters as it is. So this medium acts as an entry point of the light. Very important. First point is that it is transparent. Second, that it is in the front of the eyeball and it serves as the entry point for the light. Next, most of the refraction occurs at cornea's outer surface. This is very important, that most of the refraction, it occurs at the cornea's outer surface. Now see, why do refraction occur? If you recall the chapter of light, there we have studied that refraction, it occurs when light travels from one medium to the other medium. The optical density of the two mediums are different. Similarly, the reason of the refraction is same over here. When the light is coming from the air, it is traveling in the air. But when it goes inside our eye, the medium changes. Inside our eye, there is a different medium altogether. Thus, there is a refraction of the light that occurs at the cornea. Our next component is ciliary muscles. Now, what are ciliary muscles? See over on the diagram. these muscles over here. Okay, so they are very close to our eyeballs. They are holding our eyeballs. And you know, muscles in you must have studied in the biology class that muscles, they have a very important property that they can change their shape. They can become small, they can become large, right? Muscles are flexible because of their structure. So these ciliary muscles, they also can change a little bit, can change in their size. And as a result, they are very important for holding our eyelid. Okay, we'll understand that. Now, they hold the eye lens in the position, right? Because the muscles, they can change their shape, they are soft, they are fibrous, they hold the eye lens. Their contraction and relaxation allows the change of the curvature and thus the focal length of the lens. This is also very important. See what happens when the curvature of the lens changes. In the chapter of light, you have studied that if this is a lens, it will have some particular curvature, let's say R. And I have a different lens which is like this. It will have its own curvature R dash. Now, focal length of these two lenses are different. Right? And if the focal length is different, obviously the image formation, size of the image, that will also change. Similarly, over here, what does the ciliary muscles do? They contract and relax. They contract and relax. As a result, the eye lens that we have, its focal length changes. And when the focal length of the radius of the curvature of eye lens is changing, as a result, the focal length is changing. And when the focal length is changing, the image formation, the size of the image, everything changes. And thus, the focal length of the lens also changes. Okay. Next is crystalline lens. Now, what is crystalline lens? Can you see this part? Okay. This is the crystalline lens. This part. This is the crystalline lens. Now, what does the crystalline lens do? It is a double convex lens. Very important. It is a double convex lens with varying focal length. The focal length is also varying. We have studied that with the help of the ciliary muscles, the focal length can be changed. So, this is the lens which enables us to see, and it has a varying focal length. Its focal length can be changed. It provides finer adjustment for focusing the image on retina. We'll understand what retina is. For the timing, just understand the image formation is taking place at retina. Okay. So, it is with the help of this crystalline lens that the image formation takes place, and it is it is double convex. Okay. And its focal length is varying, and it is used for finer adjustment for focusing the image. Okay. Next is retina. This is a very, very important component. And where is retina? See, in the image, this part is your retina. This part is your retina. Okay. It has been marked over here, retina. Now, what does it do and what is its function? See, it is a delicate membrane. Okay. So, crystalline lens was a lens. Ciliary muscles, they were muscles, fibrous. But this is a delicate membrane. Membrane, you understand, a very thin layer, right? You must have studied in the biology class that we have a membrane inside our skin. We have lot of membranes inside our skin. So, this is also like a membrane, a very thin layer. Okay. It is a delicate membrane having numerous light sensitive cells, rods and cones. Rods and cones. Light sensitive cells. That means these cells, they change their properties when the light enters. They are light sensitive. And retina has these numerous light sensitive cells. Okay. Now, the inverted image of the object is formed on it. Right? We have studied that with the help of the crystalline lens, the image formation takes place. But where it is formed? It is formed on the retina. Rod cells are responsible for low vision, while cone cells for higher, okay, this is higher, for higher light levels and differentiating colors. Okay, you need to understand this, that rod cells are used for low light vision. Now, when you go in a place where light is very dim, right? Suppose at night you just have a 0-watt bulb glowing. So, it is almost very dark. You have very low light vision. In that case, it is the rod cells that help you identify the object, that helps in image formation of the object in the dim light. But as soon as you go to the, a place where you have lot of light, suppose you go in the sunlight in the day times, so in that case, it is the cone cells that helps to form the image, and they helps in differentiating colors as well. Okay, so what we have discussed, we have a retina. It is a very thin membrane and it has lot of light sensitive cells which are rods and cones. What is the difference between rods and cone? Rod cells are responsible for the low light vision, and while the cone cells are responsible for the higher light vision and for differentiating colors. Okay. Next is optical nerves or optic nerve. Okay. So, see, this involves a lot of, interrelation of the biology also. We have studied in the bio that nerves, they are used for carrying signals. Therefore, optical nerve will also carry a signal. So, what is optical nerve carrying? The electrical signal generated by the light sensitive cells of retina are transmitted to the brain by optic nerves. Okay, see, the light will enter through the lens, through the crystalline lens, then it will form an image on the retina. Retina has cones and rods that help in the image formation. That image formation signal via optical nerves travel to the brain. Okay, so it has a very important role. It is transferring the electrical signal to the brain. Okay, next is iris. Now, what is iris? Can you see the image? This is your iris near the crystalline lens. This is your iris. Okay. What is iris? It is a dark muscular diaphragm that controls the size of the pupil. Okay. Size of the pupil. We'll discuss what is pupil. It is situated behind the cornea and decides the eye color of a person. Okay, so you must have seen people of different eye colors around you. Some have grayish eye, most of us have black, many of us have brown color eye. So that difference in the eye color is due to the iris. Okay, so iris is situated behind the cornea and it decides the eye color of the person. This is also very important. Next is pupil. Now, what is pupil? Can you see on the diagram? This part, this is pupil. Okay. Now, it is a small opening in the center of the iris which regulates the amount of light entering the eye. Okay. So, this pupil, it regulates the amount of light entering in the eye. It dilates or contracts in darkness and brightness respectively. So, it opens up in the case of dark areas. Suppose you go to the places where there is less light. So, in that case, it opens up. Okay, our pupil, it opens up. But when you go to a brighter place, you must have seen when you wake up early in the morning and suddenly lot of light, tube lights are switched on. So, your eyes become small, right? They automatically, they shrink in the size. You shrink your eyes. So, that is happening because of the pupil, because it, it contracts in the brightness. Okay, so these are different components of human eye. Thank you so much.